And hey there, Steve Montoya, MaxPreps, CBS Sports HQ with our national football editor, Zack Poff. Football is back, and that means big games too, Zack. We got some good ones this week. We're going to start in the state of Utah. Why not? They started us off, and man, it's kind of like the new school dominant team in Utah against this old school powerhouse in the state of Utah. And it was a little bit surprising that Bingham got beat last week, but this should still be a good game in Utah.
Yeah, Bingham's going to come out hungry for sure. They lost 35-7 last week, but Corner Canyon, they check in at number 14 in our top 25 national rankings for a reason. They are absolutely loaded. They've won 28 consecutive games in a row. They're the back-to-back state champs. And last week they won 56-0 over Harriman High School. And they got this dude, Jackson Dart, three-star quarterback. All he's done through his first two games this year is account for nearly 1,000 yards of total offense. And dude has 11 touchdowns. He's a primetime performer. And this is one of those cases where Utah starting and really being the only state, along with a few others the week after, where Jackson Dart has taken advantage of this, put the spotlight on Utah, when normally it would be on the states like California, Texas, and Florida. He's taking full advantage. And hey, it's not just Jackson Dart. They got arguably the best offensive line on the West Coast, led by Jackson Light, a 2021 Oregon commit. You've got a bunch of wide receivers to get the ball to. You also got Austin Bell in the backfield. This Corner Canyon team is loaded. You can check them out this Friday night against Bingham. They're going to be one of the ESPN telecast games. It's going to be a fun one, man. I got Corner Canyon big, though.
All right, and Jackson Dart, arguably the best quarterback name in all of high school football. All right, let's go right to the state of Ohio, Zach. And you got two games on the list this week. I'm going to toss it to you right now. You can go over both games, some good ones in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, you got St. Edward. They check in at number 30 in the national top 50 rankings. This is a team that's won 4 state titles since 2010, one of the best programs, not just in Ohio, but in the entire country. And they're taking on the most winning program in Ohio high school football history, Massillon Washington. They got this cat, 2021 Ohio State commit, Jaden Ballard at wide receiver, one of the top dudes in the class of 2021. This is going to be a fun game. I like St. Edward in a close one, though, but I really would not be surprised if Massillon Washington finds a way to pull this one out. But I like St. Edward this year, and I do believe that they might actually add that 5th state title this season. Then another game, too, to pay attention to is on Sunday. You got number 23 Pickerington Central, the defending Division I Ohio State champs. They've actually won 2 state titles in the last 3 years. They're taking up a big-time rivalry in Pickerington North. The one thing that's going to hurt Pickerington North is Jack Sawyer, arguably the best player in the class of 2021. He announced that he's not going to play his senior season because of COVID. Not that he got it, but he doesn't want to take a chance of getting it. And he said he's going to get ready for college and enroll at the Ohio State in January. So it's going to be hard for Pickerington North to pull off the upset, especially without 5-star Jack Sawyer. I like Pickerington Central by a couple of TDs in this one.
All right, in 2020, it's going to be rare for teams to play out of state, but we got an out of state matchup here. Trinity Christian going to Tennessee to play Knoxville Catholic. Trinity Christian is coached by Deion Sanders, the offensive coordinator. His son Shador is the quarterback. And last week they were in Mississippi and they lost in the final seconds of the game. So they're playing this national schedule and now another one as they head to the state of Tennessee.
Yeah, and the reason why I like this game a lot, you mentioned Deion's son, Shador Sanders, at quarterback. Then you look at Knoxville Catholic. They got another, stud dad. T. Martin, his son, Caden Martin, one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Tennessee in the class of 2022. So this is going to be a fun matchup. I expect a lot of points from both these quarterbacks. And, you got to think Deion's squad. They're going to be hungry, man. They took that L last week. And then you got Knoxville Catholic, who got a win last week. And Caden Martin looked very, very good. This is going to be a fun one, man, and I'm gonna go with Shador Sanders. I think they're going to even up the record and go 1-1 and find a way to win in a close one for sure.
All right, out-of-state games are fun to watch, but there's nothing in high school football like a classic rivalry, and that's what we got in the state of Indiana with Warren Central and Center Grove. These two teams have played 22 times since 2004, and it seems like every year they play twice, once in the regular season and once in the postseason, Zach.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're able to reschedule this one. They were supposed to play last week, but Warren Central had to quarantine They got through the quarantine, so they're able to play this week. Center Grove actually ended up taking another game against Decatur Central last week, and they rolled 56-14. I love Center Grove, man. This is a team to keep your eye on. They might end up being in the top 25 rankings as the season goes. They looked outstanding last week. Caden Curry, a 2022 defensive lineman, one of the best in the country. And then at running back, they got this dude, Carson Steele. He is a stud. I expect him to have a big game. Anytime these two schools play, though, it's always a close game, and I expect Center Grove to find a way to win this one by 1 or 2 scores. But it's going to be a fun one, man. It's a rivalry game, and rivalry games are usually always close, but I just think the talent Center Grove has, they're not only going to win this game, but I expect them to win a state title this year in Indiana, too.
All right, those are some top games to look for. The great thing is we got football back, and we're talking about it. That's Zack Poff. I'm Steve Montoya. Thanks for watching on MaxPreps and CBS Sports HQ.